What's going on, Danny?
What's up? What's up?
Man, not too much, man. Right before I was getting ready to come on here and start the show with you, I was telling you about, man. I just happened to look out the window and seen some man laying right in the middle of my yard with a bag beside him. I'm like, I stood there for a minute, like, yeah, he ain't moving. So I grabbed my flashlight, go out there, shine on.
Mhm.
Was a older black guy, like 65 maybe, just stretched out right there. So man, I went and got some cover, put it over, and called 911, the ambulance, and they came out here and got him. I was like, wow, man. Then the lady on 911 gonna ask me, well, can you go out there, back out there, make sure he's breathing and this, that, and I said, lady, it is cold out here. I think y'all need to hurry him get here and
Yeah,
come get this man.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all joining me and Danny for another episode. Today, I want to read y'all another letter that I got in from a subscriber, and we're just gonna get right off into this letter, Danny. And then we'll talk about it on the flip side. Is that all right?
All right.
All right, here we go. Hello, Marlo. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sarah. I am a 63-year-old white lady with 4 children. My question to you, as a African American, why does African Americans label all white people as racist? I assure you that is not true. Although a lot of us are, all of us are not. I think it is unfair to label everyone who is white with such a wide brush. Although I must admit, I was raised by 2 racist parents who tried to teach me to be racist. But when I was old enough to know right from wrong, I chose not to be so. It really offends me that we all get labeled as racist. I would love to know your thoughts on that. And let me say, I love your podcast. It gives something new and different from a lot of podcasts that's out there right now. Thank you for taking my question. I look forward to your response. All righty, Miss Sarah. Okay, then I'm gonna give you the first shot at that one, Danny.
All right.
What would you say to Miss Sarah?
Well, tell me, Sarah, um what a lot of people see or what a lot of people observe is, this is a racism is a long it has been a long going offense. And what what a lot of people see, since that seeing it from a black person's point of view, what a lot of people don't get is that you got to see how we've seen it for so long, for so many years, and throw anything that a white person can do, and you can just look around, anything that they can do can pretty much start to seem offensive, look like you're doing something racist in the way that they approach black people. Some people can be like, no, I don't mean it that way, but it's because of what you have not seen from a black person's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a lot of people see it or see, black people react that way. Now, it doesn't make, you know, it's not making an excuse, and if not saying it's okay for a black person to be racist or try to react towards someone that's just not being that way. It doesn't excuse that.
Right.
It's just an explanation of, walking down the street and the white person used to tilt their head a certain way. It would mean this or it would mean that, or it would mean they look at this person. The standard criminal profile
Mm-hmm.
is a, you know, bald, 5'9", 5'10", 190 to 200 pound black man. That is your standard, you know, um, uh, police criminal profile. So it's what we have seen, that gets us to seeing that, or from what we've seen in history, is there's not many non-racist acts
Right.
coming from white people. So
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah. Well, how would I answer that question if I can? First, let me say thank you, Miss Susan, for being a subscriber to the channel. First of all, we really appreciate you because we can't do it without
Yes,
people.
yes, thank you.
But
Definitely thank you.
thank you. I get why do all black people label white people as racist? Well, let me say this, Miss Susan. Your question in itself is saying why does all black people label white people as racist? Well, I think the premise of your question is kind of flawed from the beginning because now you're labeling all black people as thinking all white people are racist, you know. And I'll assure you that all black people don't think white people are racist. Like Danny said, you would have to have walked in our shoes or been on the journey that um, us as a people, us as black people, the journey that we was on, from our ancestors on up to now. And let me also say this: racism. I mean, it's a lot of people who will deny that there's any racism in that's going on right now, and we both know better than that, Miss Sarah. You know, um, being labeled as something is me myself. As for me, I've never been the one to try to paint a whole entire race with a wide brush because just like in every race, you got your bad apples, you got your good apples, and it's gonna be good everywhere, and it's gonna be some bad mixed in. So talk about labeling as racist. I'll give you a example. When I was in truck driving school a couple of years ago, Danny, I was getting back to the hotel from class, right? And I walk in the building, and a light white. We go past the counter, and I'm headed to the other door to go into the elevator. Well, there was a white lady on the other side of the door. So, so you know how when somebody go through the door and it's not shut yet, you try to hurry up and catch it so you can go in or whatever.
Hmm.
Well, this lady took that door and slammed that son gun so I couldn't get in the door, right? And I'm like, what the hell, you know? And the lady at the front desk, she knew me because I had been there for the last month in truck driving school, so she immediately hit the button to unlock the door, right? And the
Hmm.
lady come to the door telling the lady, you do not treat our guests like this, this, that, and this, that. And this is one white lady defending me to another white lady. So,
Hmm.
so the lady behind the desk, after she got through talking and everything, the lady who did the action did never said a word. After the lady was talking, she just stepped on the elevator, and the other lady went back to her desk. And then I started to take a step towards the elevator, right? And then I said, man, I'd be crazy is I don't know what to get on this elevator with this woman after what she just did because on that elevator it's just me and her on that elevator. She could have said I could have done anything to her, Danny. You know what I mean? She could have said I done anything to her, touched her, raped her, hit her, anything. So I didn't get on the elevator. You know, I took myself out of that situation because she had already shown me a form of racism from the beginning. So why would I get on the
Right.
elevator with her by myself? You know. So sometimes we
Hmm.
just we just have to think. And Miss Sarah, as far as what let me answer it just like this. I don't think all black people label all white people as racist. I don't. Just like you think that, is plenty of African Americans who think it's both sides thinking because of what we've been through and what we've seen. I'm at Green Hills Mall, Danny, and I'm dressed pretty good. I'm slacks and stuff on. I'm going in to look for something, and guess what I get when I walk past this one white lady's car. The you hit you know how you have you ever been walking past a white person car and then they hit them locks on you?
Click, click.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can hear it.
And you can hear
Click.
it, and I just smiled to myself, man, and I just kept on walking. So, Miss Sarah, as far as racism, I don't think racism will ever go away. I really don't. I really don't. Now, can we get better as a people? I believe so. It's gonna take some time or whatever, but I believe so. And let me also say this to you and to my white fellow friends out there, and to my black family also. It is some we cannot label every white person as racist, because let me tell you something. It was some good white people who helped us get out of slavery. You understand what I'm saying? If it wouldn't have been for some of them certain white people, we still. You understand what I'm saying? So every white person is not racist. I don't think so. Do I think the majority of it? Yeah, 70% for me, I guess. Maybe that's a high number, Dan. I don't know. But yeah, Miss Sarah, you would have to walk in our shoes to understand that. But like I said, I can only speak for me. Danny can speak for him. You know, this show right here, we see no color. To me, you're my sister. Okay, we see no color on this show, and I don't condone or get down with any kind of racism. Okay, so that's where I stand on that. Danny, man, what you think?
So, and like I said earlier, it's not all, you know, not all white people are racist. There's some that are knowledgeable. There's some that that don't understand it, not knowledgeable of it, or haven't seen it, so they don't understand their own actions. Those are understandable, but no, not all white people are racist or do racist acts. Because I got throughout my military career, throughout my life, I've got some pretty dope white friends. So
Right,
definitely, don't see it that way.
right,
But it's again, it's what if someone has only seen a violent act or something egregious from every person of that race for a very long time, that the next person they walk up to, they're going to be like,
right, right,
how do
right.
the moment you do something, you're about to do the same thing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just being able to see more of non-racist acts, and that's only something that's been coming up. That's starting to come more and more as we've gotten better.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, that's where we are.
And Miss Sarah, let me say this before we get off that topic. I want to thank you, really thank you, for not following what your parents was trying to make you do, to be that kind of a person. I want to thank you, but I also want to tell you we need a whole lot of more yous, Miss Sarah. We need you to talk to your friends, and for them to talk to their friends. That's how you help us in this fight. That's how we help each other. That's how we help each other. So I appreciate your question, Miss Sarah, and if me and Danny have answered it and helped you in any kind of way, then of course, get back in touch with me, comment or whatever, and we'll be glad to answer any kind of questions you want to talk about. All right. Now, Danny, switching subject, man, I gotta get off into this real fast. This United Healthcare assassination thing going on. No, you done heard about it.
Hmm.
About the,
Yeah, I've been hearing up some stuff about it.
the CEO of the healthcare who
Hmm.
got murdered in, I think, New York.
Also, he did get murdered.
Yeah. He got murdered in New York.
So,
But what the crazy thing is, Danny, what wasn't expected is the reaction what everybody is having online and everything. You would think one would be like, "Oh man, damn, man, person done got killed." No, everybody happy.
mm,
And they're happy because this insurance company is one of the most notorious companies for denying people their benefits when they've done paid into it all their life. You know,
Mm-hmm.
this one guy CEO, he was making 10 million a year. Okay, they under they was under federal investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And the man, when you need to look it up, Dan, and check it out, dog. It was so well planned that the dude who did the hit, man, and the reaction that's out there in the world, man. I'm like, it told me two things, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
It told me everyday working people, man, are tired of getting ran over, misused, and getting fed from the crumbs that's left over from these big corporate insurance companies and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And it also told me, and I want to ask this question, you tell me what you think. Is this where we have become as a people, Danny, where we celebrate people getting murdered on the street? Is this where we've come?
It seems like that has been the most that is starting to be what is becoming a popular thing. Watching people be hurt and killed, and if they do some evil, then watching the revenge happen instead of just celebrating of being good. Yeah, it's more popular. It makes the news.
Yeah.
So, and it's sad. Um, I mean, yeah, it is very sad. And then at the same token, people are tired of, yes, we are tired of being fed breadcrumbs. You pay into a healthcare system, we're constantly paying for years and years. And then when it comes time to need it, you got to jump through, acts of Congress, 10 million hoops just to get minor care done. And
Right.
that
Right.
does not, no one likes the feeling of that.
And then everybody, I mean, they think we just like the dumbest people. We don't see what's going on or whatever, man. Let me I'll give you an example how the system try to beat you, Danny, or whatever the case may be. So I'm at home now. Earlier, man stopped by, drum and doorbell. I come out to the car. It's him and about three more other cars. They just walking around the neighborhood trying to buy people houses, right?
Hmm.
So he come up to I go to the door and everything, and start the conversation. I'm like, and the way the man was talking, it made me, but I didn't say anything because I wanted him to keep on thinking he was talking to somebody that didn't know what was going on and don't know the price of things and don't, like, you're ignorant. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
And then he got to the part where he said, and I tell you, I can give you 280,000 cash. You don't have to worry about any cleanup or whatever. I said 280. Mm-hmm. I said, well, let me ask you a question. What the hell I'm gonna go buy another house there for $280,000 in today's market? He said, so you have no idea? I mean, no thoughts on selling? I said, no. I said, I don't have no thoughts on selling. I said, but have you ever if you ever seen The Godfather? You can make me an offer I can't refuse, and then I think about it.
Yeah.
But man, come on, don't come at me like I'm dumb, man. I love when people just try to. I don't know if they think that you got no sense or whatever, Danny. Look here,
Hmm.
man. Don't come back to my house unless you start off the conversation with 450. Don't come talk to me. And that's
Exactly.
the starting point, Danny.
Exactly.
The starting point.
Exactly.
And then after that, I'm gonna sell you the house. I ain't gonna sell you the land because I got this separated.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if a lot of people know about that. Neither you don't have if you have a house out there, you don't have to sell your house land, and you can separate your land from your house.
Mm.
If anybody thinking about selling or anything, I advise you to check off into that too. But yeah, man, Danny, I don't know where we at as a people, man. It's that United Healthcare thing, man. I mean, it's videos where they showing what happened, the shooting, the man getting killed, and all that on the news
Mm.
and stuff like that. I understand people outraged. They don't give a damn about nobody making $10 million a year. Then he just sold all his stocks for $18 million. hurting all the shareholders and stuff like that. And man, they saying this is something random. This ain't nothing random. That was a hit put on that
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
The killer knew his every move, Danny. His every move.
Yep.
You know, New York City, a place where there's probably more cameras than anybody anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
This man, what he was seen on camera is what he wanted to be seen. When he didn't want to be seen, it wasn't a camera that they called him, Danny. Professional,
Exactly.
man. Professional.
Exactly.
But that's where it is. But then listen, man. I was telling you, I had a little business dinner earlier with a couple of people, man, and guy named Greg. I ain't gonna say his last name right now. One of the hookup women. They was talking about, they like the way our podcast is going, what the things we talk about that help
Mm-hmm.
everyday people, and so we may be close to getting a little sponsorship here, Dennis. Make a little money.
Sounds good, man. Sounding real good, man.
Yeah, man. So and then when we get off of here tonight, I'm gonna call you back, and I wanted to want to discuss some business stuff with you too.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So yeah, y'all. I wanted to get on here and read that letter tonight. Like I said, guys, if you got anything you want to get off your mind, if you think that me and Danny can help you out with a question or anything, feel free to email me, DM or whatever. Soon you'll have Danny's information too, and just bring it on, y'all. We talk about anything here. And with that being said, guys, once again, I need you guys. We need you guys to hit that subscribe button, like button, and notification bell. Okay, we just went over 2,000 views today.
Nice. All right.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
that's a mark right there. So we're growing.
Thank you, people.
Subscriptions are coming up. We gotta build them up some more to subscription, but we're on a good elevated path, Danny. We're gonna make this happen. But it don't happen without you guys out there. Okay.
Yes.
So until next time, and guys, let me tell you this also. Wednesday is the big day where we're gonna be going live for the first time, talking about coffee dates. We're gonna have, I believe, 2 more guests, female guests on, ladies on, giving the ladies what they think and everything. So that's going to be a good one. At Wednesday at 7 o'clock, we're going to send out a notification to remind you guys all that. Now that's going to be a good one. So with that being said, Danny, man, I'm going to give you a call here in a minute. And guys, again, thank y'all for tuning in. All right, and we'll see y'all soon.